Two centuries old in 2010. I am talking about the metal can now. Metal cans have unique benefits, being 100% recyclable infinite number of times without loss of their essential properties. Can Environment Week is a worldwide initiative that aims to educate and take action to raise awareness about the sustainability of metal cans.
Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions.
I think such initiatives coming from the corporate sector would indeed go a long way in achieving what we have failed to achieve so far. The awareness that needs to be generated, needs to be created for that purpose is the initiative that we've taken now. I'm sure by involving the youngsters as you've done, you would certainly succeed in creating that environment where people become conscious of their outer environment and see that we have a vested interest in protecting that.
Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions.
Hello and a warm welcome. You're watching our special environment initiative show Can Connect. Now, India is presently the world's fourth largest greenhouse gas emitter, and this ranking may just even move up further with the country's fast-paced economic growth. So clearly the country needs change agents, and well, today we are going to talk about one such particular change agent, the packaging and recycling industry. And to share his thoughts on the topic, we have with us today a member of the packaging industry, Mr. Atit Bhatia, Senior Vice President of Hindustan Tin Works as well as President of Can Environment Week. Atit, thanks so much for joining us on the show today. Tell us, it is a huge responsibility having to deal with environment change and, work towards a better, a cleaner, a greener tomorrow. So how can the packaging industry help? What are the initiatives that are being taken at this point?
See, the packaging industry surely can act as one of the change agents. Out of the municipal waste which are out, 25% of them is packaging waste. So we can address 25% of the problem. And with initiatives like Can Environment Week, where we have gone out and created awareness about the environment and recycling, I think we can act as fairly significant change agents in the years to come.
This is the 200th anniversary of the Can 2010, and that's what Can Environment Week is all about. So tell us, what exactly are you doing for that?
Like there's a World Recycling Day, like there's a World Environment Day, we came up with a concept that why don't we have a Can Environment Week for the world? So now we have 8 countries who are celebrating Can Environment Week from 5 different continents. It is very encouraging that globally the entire industry is talking with one voice and talking the same language, being from various different socio-economic cultures. So that is, I think, very encouraging for us. And as you said, it is the 200th birth year of a Can.
Absolutely.
Since the last 200 years, Can has been acting as a change agent, owing to its 100% recyclable properties and being environment friendly.
Awareness levels amongst people about Can as a packaging product is not really that high in India. How is that all panning out for you?
See, the Can industry is about a 3,500 crore industry in India. And but the total packaging industry is about 60,000 crores. So we have about 5% of the share. However, the point is that cans is an environment friendly package, and that is what we want to bring about to the consumers. That is what
Right.
we are aiming towards.
So how do you quantify the can industry's contribution, especially when it comes to recycling, reusing? Just what exactly is the industry itself doing to promote this factor?
See, there was a recycling study done in Europe across 15 European Union countries, which does show there's a direct link of the GDP of the country to the food and beverage can market. So as the GDP of the country goes up, the food and beverage can market goes up because the consumption of food and beverages increases. But it is quantified also that because of the construct of the can, in terms of if you're shipping beverages in cans, a can will give about 68% cubic efficiency, and let's say a bottle will give only about 38% cubic efficiency. So if you ship in cans, you can ship twice as more beverages in cans. Owing to that, you can, which also means about 57% lesser carbon emissions to the environment. And so this shows GDP going up, food and beverage can market growing, the virgin metal use goes down, the metal tonnage used goes down, these carbon emissions go down, and the energy consumption has gone down.
Right, but Atit, do you see the government playing an active role in promoting the can's cause, if we could put it that way? Because, you know, as you said, not just quantity-wise, even can helps in tackling food waste. So what kind of a role do you see the government playing?
See, government has given, over the years, they have played a significant role in helping the industry. But I think a lot more needs to be done. I think there should be special incentives for environment-friendly packages. The government focus is more of creation of cold storages in the country, which requires a lot of energy, a lot of investment. However, there's an easier way to tackle food wastage, which is you can, if you pack food in cans, cans acts as a portable warehouse. You do not need a cold chain to transport food in cans. And also, if you are transporting food in cans, you save about 70% of energy than cold storages.
Right. In fact, let's just at this point here what the Food Processing Ministry has to say on this issue.
See, the stimulus first will come from its own. One must design and plan one works in such a way that you make the optimum and the best use. Secondly, the country's budgetary requirement, the budgetary support required has to be balanced with proper utilization. Moment the industry is effectively able to demonstrate that reduction on duties and taxes will amount to better and higher use and more appropriate use, actually bringing in more revenue, I am sure the government will be convinced and will make it easier by reduction of taxes and duties, so that while the development efforts don't suffer, the industry grows.
I think, so let's talk about the challenges that the industry is facing. As we mentioned, you know, awareness level is a little low in India. Also, you know, supply of raw material wise, rising cost of inputs, government initiatives. Do you think these are a few setbacks, a few hurdles that the industry has to cross?
Yes, I think rising raw material prices is a concern in the industry, and we have to tackle that on an ongoing basis. We do have issues of people migrating to cheaper packaging solutions.
Right.
There is, let's say, from cans going into other modes of packaging. We do see that happening in the industry. However, there are some particular products which only can stay in cans owing to its barrier properties and robustness.
Right. In fact, let's just hear what experts think about the hurdles that this industry faces at this point and what can be done about it.
The metal can, comparatively, it is little costlier than as compared to the blow molded plastic container. But there are certain advantages in the metal can. Like if you talk about the processed food, we are looking for longer shelf life. We are looking for higher barrier properties. We are looking for a product which is a high barrier to the oxygen, gas, moisture. The metal can is only one packaging material we find that it's 100% barrier properties against all kind of factors which could cause the deterioration of the food product during the storage. That way you can compensate with the additional cost as compared to the other packaging material.
to get the industry angle in, you're partnering with industry members on promoting cans. How has that been for you? You know, companies, especially like FMCG companies, are they awakening to the use of cans, more and more tin cans for their products?
I think this initiative is very new to everyone, and industry has appreciated the initiative, and they have actively participated in this initiative in promoting cans as a package and on promoting sustainability in the industry. So I think going forward, it will be we will see much more partners coming on board, taking this to a new level.
Absolutely. Corporate interest in making cans a more viable option when it comes to packaging. Adit, hold that thought. We're coming back to you. We are, of course, on Can Connect, our special environment initiative show. We'll be back after a short break. Stay with us. You're watching our special environment initiative show, Can Connect. Now, in this segment, we're going to talk about the need to connect with the community for a better and greener tomorrow. And Atit Bhatia is still with us in the studios. Atit, tell us, you know, for the amount of cans that are made, just how many actually come back to the recycling table? Because as of now, it seems only rag pickers out there are the only mode where you can actually bring the can back into the factory.
See, rag pickers are there, but they play a very key role. They are the scavengers of the society. They go out, they collect the cans, and they bring it back. We conducted a pan-India recycling study, and it did state India has close to 100% recycling. Total metal can market in India is about 400,000 metric tons, but the interesting fact is we still recycle about 3.5 million metric tons of ferrous scrap. So there is a very traditional and an informal recycling system which is extremely effective in India.
Right. But you know, they work under such very strenuous circumstances. You know, can other modes of you know, recycling be put in place, or you know, or maybe NGOs come in to help out, you know, sort of uplift the conditions that rag pickers work in? Is anything being done on those fronts?
Yes, I think there are some NGOs who are working with rag pickers. In particular, we have worked with Chintan NGO for this initiative, and they have really acted like a bridge between us and the rag picker community to connect us to them, or connect us to them, as we say, as we talk about Can Connect. And we have actually been able to manage 3 health camps covering around 1,000 rag pickers for their medical health checkups, and provided rural health insurance schemes to about 200 rag pickers of India.
हम लोग समझते हैं कि कॉर्पोरेट कंपनीज जो हमारी अभी जैसे हिंदुस्तान टीन आगे आई है, इसी तरह से और भी कॉर्पोरेट कंपनीज आगे आनी चाहिए. हमारे लोग जो रैग पिकर्स हैं, जिनका महत्व लगता है कि ज्यादा लोग जानते ही नहीं है, उनको आज सामने लाकर दिखाया गया है. तो उसके लिए बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है कि हमारी कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर्स आगे आएं.
At a very basic level, at a ground level, do you see people themselves being aware about recycling, or is the dependence solely on rag pickers at this point? Can there be a more formal structure for recycling?
See, I think India is the 7th largest country of the world. So it is a very, very large country. So having a structured system at this point is quite difficult to have a structured, effective system. However, we did try to have a small pilot project. We installed 10 can banks in key locations in food courts and malls in and around Delhi, and where we were distributing pamphlets, and through media we were asking people to come and deposit cans there. So we collected close to about 30,000 cans in a week.
That's impressive.
So which also says that, let's say if there is some government intervention and they, like the West, they place different trash cans for plastic, paper and metal, and if significant amount of awareness is given to the public, so this segregation will happen at that point.
Right. So India too can recycle.
Yes.
Well, on that note, another quick break, but we'll be back with Can Connect. Stay with us. You're You're watching our special environment initiative show, Can Connect, and in this segment we're going to talk about the need to connect with the youth for a better and greener tomorrow. Now, over half of India's 1.2 billion people is below the age of 30, and the youth is seen as the country's major advantage in achieving greater feats, provided they're, of course, shown the right direction. So, Atit, coming back to you on that, getting the young people involved in such an initiative seems to be crucial for its success, isn't it?
Yes, definitely. Our target audience was actually the people who have the power to make the difference. And these people are the people who will grow up and they will have the power to make the difference, because the future will be in their hands. So it is very important to nurture them from the youth days and get them involved in such movements.
Right.
So also, I mean, what we have done is we made all our activities a lot of fun and exciting for the youth, because if you talk to some young person about the environment, you will not get an attention span more than 5 minutes. So
how do you get it then?
Exactly. So what we have created a few platforms, like we had some inter-school painting competitions, inter-college competitions of children playing music with cans, Recycle Mania, where we gave them cans and scrap, and we asked them to create art installations out of them.
Which is crucially important. In fact, were the youth being able to connect with this entire initiative? Let's just listen into what they had to say.
We got the concept of Recycle Mania. There is some event, then we decided what we can do. So we confused at the beginning what we can do with the recycled cans. Then we decided that okay, we will think that okay, Hindustan Tin Works is organizing this event, and we are studying as a student in IIP, Indian Institute of Packaging. So it's somewhat related to the Hindustan India. So we decided to make an India map to represent Hindustan Tin Works also and IIP also and the unity among us. So we decided to make India work. So we worked 3 days and night fully to make the India map with the help of the cans.
Beginning when we sat on this, I was asked to give a couple of ideas as to how it can be done. So, you know, how we can incorporate dance and fashion together with portraying the theme of what the idea we wanted to give across was tonight. It did come across as a difficult idea at beginning, but once we kind of hit the right note, then all the steps fell into place. You know, so it was easy after that.
As musicians, we are looking for different things we can do, like different areas we can expand into. And this is the very first time I'm hearing that like we were allowed to play on tins in India. Abroad, like there are a lot of people who play on like trash cans and all. Like they have street music outside. So it's the very first time I'm hearing that it's happening in India. So it's the first step, and it's promoting a cause. So that's a very big deal, I feel.
I've done this collection where the whole joinery system of attaching or using cans has been done without. It's a very easy joinery system to begin with. So, like for example, if I want to remove this, I can remove this. So what I've done is I've used cans and lids and tin as a material because it's very sharp and it's very difficult for people to visualize it as anything to be worn. First, it was important to break that notion. So I've done collection with where these tins and cans have been used very simply into the garments.
Right, so a fashion show, a painting competition as you put it. So are the youth finally being able to connect? Are you happy?